We're going to another journey into the unknown, Histon. That's certainly a new one on me. And it's exciting. It's been fun all year going to different places, but Histon, of course, it's a big fairy tale. It'd be really interesting to see a club that was so many levels down not so far ago, but they've catapulted forwards, and let's be honest, they're ahead of us. I'm a bit nervous about the fact that we've got a defence that throws it in at every opportunity, and they're coached by John Beck, the priest of the long ball, and they're going to test out a defence which is shaky at best. Seem to see Collins good in the air, he'll get plenty of practice with that, and this poor keeper making his debut today. I hope he's a good one. I hope he's not a poor keeper. But does he realise what sort of game he's getting himself in for in his debut? This could get quite interesting.
Well, this is Histon, and it's nice and windy and blustery, just ideal for your debut goalie to play against that long ball team. So it's a chilly day, and we've been lucky enough to get one of the few car parking places. Thanks, Dad, for your blue badge. It's obviously hard to get in here because we came in behind the Histon manager, Steve Fallon, who was still stopped at the gate and still had to explain who the heck he was to get his car parking place. I don't know. They gossip going down because he stopped in the service stations at Corley, and the fans coached in, and the fans were saying that in the Sun it says that Matt Jansen said this morning he's going to retire. So there's a story to try and follow up today. This is the Glasswell Stadium, nice little setup, and I apologise for making it sound like this is more of a weather forecast than anything else, but I've got a bad feeling about this. Like I said, Histon are a side who are very direct, and they're going to test out our shaky defence, and you can probably see from these flags and the way they're blowing about, it is extremely blustery, I tell that. And the trees up here as well, it's blowing a bit, and that's not going to help us, and it will help them. And then there's the state of the pitch, because this is a damp pitch, make no two ways about it. Playing footy on this ain't going to be easy. Oh, I guess in that respect, just like playing at home for Wrexham, won't it? But yeah, the groundsman, I arrived here about an hour ago. It's now 2:05. Well, maybe about 40 minutes ago. The groundsman's just left the pitch. He's been wandering around, just one solo bloke on his own with a pitchfork, wandering around, pronging and trying to drain it as best he can. But I'm sure he's not been told to do it too much, just enough to get it playable, because this is a pitch which I suspect will help the home side better than the away side. I just got a bad feeling in the water about this. There's a first. I've never seen an ice cream van inside a ground before. Still, it's a weather for it. The Somme. It's some of the haunting music they put on World War I documentary, shouldn't they? Look at the mud and that, eh? No excuse though. I mean, the conditions were difficult. Histon played them, Histon embraced them. But I hasten to add, we lose 1-0, and I have no complaints, and I'm not trying to be sniffy about the fact they're direct. What Histon's achieved is fantastic. You know, a small village team, and they're hitting so far above their weight, it's ludicrous. And I feel some sympathy for Wrexham today. The fans were not happy, I believe, but it's difficult to play against a side who take advantage of these conditions. They know how to do it. They're well drilled, and it's effective. And it's hard to play against them on a pitch like this, and we just couldn't create. It's disappointing. There's not enough quality at the moment, but the fact of the matter is that I guess we're going to finish up is probably fair enough. We have another season of upheaval, and we've got to look at next season. We've in essence had 3 teams this season: the little team that wasn't good enough, the Saunders Patchford team, which certainly was, and then the team he's put together after the transfer window, which actually hasn't come out as well as the sort of temporary one that he put together, the temporary fix, which is surprising as what has cost us. But we need now to look at the summer, I think, because we're not going up. And we need to get the opportunity for Saunders to rearrange properly the squad he wants and see what happens from there. And having been so positive, he is the negative side of Histon now. Bless him. I have had a nice day actually. Nice welcoming club. Apart from just then, the first person who wasn't welcoming to me, I was just popping to the men's toilet before I drive home, and out comes John Beck, the assistant manager, like I said, the high priest of the long ball. And it was quite strange because I stepped out of his way to let him walk through, and maybe I'm a bit spoiled at these non-league grounds because I keep getting people smiling and saying thank you to me. I swear he sneered at me. Why? What have I done to that man?
It was a full Billy Idol as well. And his wife, or whoever was walking off behind him, she was very gracious. Oh, thank you very much. I thought, why? Why did he do that to me? Why did he sneer? I resisted the temptation to shout out for him, "You're killing football!" But I should have done, shouldn't I? And that also reminds me of the other thing, because opposite of the way is the Histon club shop. Now my lad started collecting football badges. I go around and he's always urgent, I must buy the badge from every team that I go to watch. And so I went before the match to buy a badge from the Histon shop, which is effectively adorned in the window with Histon underpants, Histon Y-fronts in the window. I'll show you in a second. But I've had a bit of suspicion here and at Northwich that there was no price on the basket. And I get the impression I was given the sort of strangers to the village sort of rates, because they charged me £3.50. I've never paid that much for a badge in my life. I was astonished. So £3.50 for a badge. And when I looked at it, it was their centenary badge, 2004. Have I just been ripped off there? I'm very suspicious, but as you can see, it's exciting sort of decoration. Knickers in the window is the sort of thing you don't get to see very often in the club shop.